7:15 on the ticket. Wednesday morning with the Musers. Coming up at 7:35, letters from listeners. But first, it's time to muse in the news with Gordo. Brought to you by D&M Leasing and All Pro Foundation Repair.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Craig. Well, today is a very special day for the ticket. This is our first ever segment presented entirely by AI. Very special segment indeed. Everything you're hearing right now has been generated by voice cloning technology. Giorgio, did you ever think you'd have your voice cloned?
No, I certainly did not. And yes, this is pretty wild technology. Thanks to P1 Cody for putting this together. This will be the first time I don't have to participate in a segment, which is great for me.
Well, today is your lucky day then, George. All right, well, let's get to the news. We've had another bout of winter weather come through the Metroplex last night. Temperatures dropped below 20 degrees in most cities. DFW Airport, it was 22 degrees. Did you guys prepare your home for the cold temperatures?
Yes. Faucets dripping, brought the water hoses in the garage last night.
George?
No, I never do any of that.
You really don't do any prepping, George?
I mean, very rarely. We will drip our faucets. In fact, we did do that last night before we go to bed. But that's about it. I never do anything outside.
So you've never had a busted pipe or anything like that up at your house?
Nope.
Yeah, but what about outdoor preparation? Like for your water hose faucet. You got those styrofoam insulators. I don't know what they're called. But, you know, they come with that tiny little bungee cord that's impossible to get on.
I feel so beaten every time I have to go outside and put those on. It is not easy at all.
Boy, it is so beaten. Yeah, like it's freezing outside and your hands are shaking and the little bungee cord won't get around the faucet and then it breaks.
You know, it's funny how we haven't come up with anything more sophisticated. To protect your faucets outdoors, this is the best thing we can come up with? Like a little $3 cover?
That's why I don't even bother with them.
It is very antiquated. All right, well, we've had another small plane crash. Craig?
Oh, geez.
This one went down, crash landed right near Alliance Airport out there on 35 West. It's unclear if it was attempting to land or not, but thankfully the pilot survived. He parachuted out. Parachuted? Is that a word?
Did you say that he... Wait. He parachuted?
Yeah, I'm just reading it here. It's what it says. The pilot parachuted out of the cockpit.
That is so cartoonish.
That does seem a bit odd, right?
You mean like he ejected himself out of the plane before it crashed?
The pilot's gender has not been named, George.
Way to go, George.
Tired of doing this.
For all you know, it could have been a female pilot or perhaps a non-gendered pilot.
Just keep doing the story.
I am doing the story, George. I'm reading the news. I am trying to be faithful to the story. And you're the one assuming the pilot's gender over here.
Here we go again. One of Gordo's traps. He's going to pin me in a corner and make me look bad.
Wow, I'm not pinning anyone in a corner. I'm reading the news.
This is
What's next?
ridiculous. Go to the next story.
Wow. And next, you're going to assume that the pilot has arms and legs to even be able to hit the eject button. That's so ableist of you.
Hey, I feel like I should step in here because, Gordo, you did say earlier it was a male pilot.
See? I told you. I was right. What do you have to say?
These things keep happening, you know, the plane crashes and all of the air traffic control near misses and things like that. What's going on?
Yeah, you guys know I've always feared the small plane crash. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to fly even on a commercial plane. There's just too many near misses happening right now. I feel like I'd rather just drive somewhere.
Well, after your plane ride from hell with your daughter...
Oh, geez. Oh, my gosh.
Junior has the worst luck out of the three of us when it comes to flying, doesn't he?
Yes. I had my near-death experience, which I've told that story before. Maybe it's time that I revisit that sometime soon. Then the diarrhea plane ride. I really just shouldn't fly. It's in my best interest for me and for the P1s to avoid airplanes at all cost.
Well, moving on to something of more importance, if indeed there is any. Did you guys hear that we have a new baby zebra at the Dallas Zoo? Her name is Delilah, and she is doing very well. Mom and Dad are also doing very well. George, are you going to make a trip out there to the Dallas Zoo to visit Delilah?
No.
No.
Boy, that was really Rick Carlisle-esque, wasn't
That
it?
was very Rick Carlisle.
Now,
If I can be honest, I think zoos are a little spare.
Really?
I think I'm with George, too. Zoos are pretty spare.
So God created animals, millions of different beautiful creatures, and you don't think they're interesting?
No, it's not that animals aren't interesting. It's just that they aren't that interesting.
Oh, okay. So you hate God?
No, I agree, though. I'm not that interested in going to watch animals poop and sleep.
8887-871310. George hates animals, and he hates God.
I'm about to pop you in the groin.
And God created the beautiful act of lovemaking. This new baby zebra was made just for you. And you're telling me that you don't want to go watch zebras make love at the zoo?
Someone is getting into their rental car right now at Love Field and turning on the Marconi-winning sports station they've heard so much about. And the first thing they hear is zebras making love.
Don't look at me. It's that one.
I don't know what you're talking about. The three of us should take a Musers field trip out there to the zoo sometime. That would be really fun.
Nah, I'm going to be out sick that day.
Have either of you ever wanted to try to break a world record?
When I was a kid, I used to collect those books. You know those big books with the shiny holographic cover?
Mm-hmm.
I think for about 7 or 8 years, my parents would buy me the new edition each year.
Yeah, I've seen those.
All right, and next question. Y'all ever heard of a Carolina Reaper?
No, I haven't, but I have heard of them. They're very spicy, right?
It was the hottest chili pepper in the world, it says here, from 2013 to 2023. Well, a dude up in Canada ate 25 of them in 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
He broke the Guinness
It's Guinness.
world record by eating 25 Carolina Reapers in 4 minutes and 36 seconds. Name is Mike Jack. That's his name, I guess.
Generic.
Boy, yeah, that is a generic name. Okay. Mike Jack, Canadian YouTuber. Ate 25 Carolina Reapers in 5 minutes.
Maybe this shows my age, but why would you want to set or break a world record? What's the point?
I'd imagine it's about the fame and the money, probably. Do you even get paid to be in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Let me see. Do you get paid for being in the Guinness
I also imagine
Book
it's
of
about
World
going down
Records?
in Guinness Book of World Record history, getting your name and accomplishment written in a book.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is actually an interesting topic. Maybe we should do a segment about world records sometime soon. I have some hot sports opinions about world records.
Put that on a t-shirt. I have some hot sports opinions about world records. All right, Junior, count the red flags. A prison escapee
1,
was arrested
2,
in the nude
3,
after breaking and entering
4,
into an abandoned mall
5, 6,
looking for snacks
7,
and a Slurpee machine.
8 red flags. Now, Gordo, is this a story about you?
Well, now it could be me one day. But yes, a man escaped from a prison over in New Hampshire, and of course, he took off his prison clothes, to avoid being identified. And I guess he was hungry. The story doesn't say much. So he busted the door down into the mall, which of course sets off the alarm system, and police rushed to the scene and apprehend him.
This is absolutely going to be Gordon in 10 years. I'd bet my life on it. Being naked and breaking into a mall for Slurpees.
Yes, and after having just escaped from prison.
Want to guess why this man was in prison to begin with?
Running a stop sign?
Nope.
Trespassing at Lambeau Field?
Murder.
Oh.
Moment of silence for the victim.
Paul in...
Well, hang on there, George.
Gotta go.
All right, birthdays today. Freddie Prinze Jr. is 49. Rapper Afghan Dan is 29. Marcus Spears is 42. He's a former Cowboy, right?
Oh, yeah. Former Cowboys great.
Hines Ward, 49.
Another big name.
Wow, former Steelers great. Just hired as the wide receiver coach at Arizona, I believe.
Who else here? Bob Bergen, 61. Longtime voice of Porky the Pig from Looney
A
Tunes.
spare cartoon if I ever knew one.
Damn.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you today? Matt Nable is 53. Montana Jordan is 22. Giorgio, you're a Big Bang Theory fan, right? He was in Young Sheldon. Nick Wilton, 68. Milana Vaintrub, 38.
Lily from the AT&T commercials.
There you go, George.
I have no idea who that is.
All right, and who else do we have here? Drummer Mickey Dolenz is 80. He was in the Monkees.
Great band.
Love them.
And in today's Wowie, we have a 43-year-old and a 67-year-old. George?
Not doing this.
All right, then we move to Craig.
Give me the 67-year-old.
Craig, you get English singer-songwriter Gary Newman. And George, you'll be making love to 43-year-old Keemstar. He's an internet personality. And you're up to date.
All right, thanks, Gordo. That's Muse at 7:33 on the ticket. Coming up next, letters from listeners.